Hello and welcome to another episode of the TF Cast.
Today with us, we have not one, but two guests. We're going to start out with Leah from Sweethaven Tonics. And we also have our special guest, Chris, from the Unnamed Cocktail Show, who is going to be helping us try some of these hopefully delicious craft concentrates
Very
today.
hopefully.
I've had a few in the past, so I'm very confident that they're going to be delicious. Leah, why don't you just give us like a short, maybe like 30 seconds about yourself, and we're going to get right into the cocktail afterwards.
Fantastic. I am not from the entrepreneurial world, so I taught for 10 years before this. COVID hit, and we were all kind of looking for a reason to be creative. And this was how I got creative. I'm cheap. I wanted to make free Christmas gifts for my family during COVID.
Nice.
This is how it started, and they said, these are good. I think people would pay money for them.
Oh, okay.
So I started asking people to pay money for them, and they've continued.
Well,
So here we are.
Yeah. Well, let's try one. Do we have Chris live? Unnamed Cocktail Show. Bring us the first one.
All right, so we're going to start out with the new old fashioned. So I'm going to start with 2 ounces of bourbon and then 1 ounce of that spiced Cosmo fashioned concentrate. So today we're going to be using Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Ooh,
It's always a nice mid-range option.
there we go.
Not too expensive, nice and affordable, but still very good quality.
I'm ready for it. I'm all the way there.
All right.
And this is a,
And what's the flavor base on this one?
There's a black cherry, there's tart cherries, orange, some fresh ginger root, and then lots of spices. So fresh ground nutmeg, crushed black pepper.
The spices really come through.
The scent
Great.
is really
Thanks.
nice.
nice.
All right, and then we're just topping those off with soda water. We'll give them a stir, and then we're ready to go.
Easy peasy.
All right.
Yeah, it really is that easy. It's three ingredients.
Whenever you're using a concentrate, it's always good to give it at least a stir, just to make sure that things aren't settling to the bottom.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here we go. The hot seat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers to your first live episode.
Oh,
To
thank you
you.
so much. And also, I want to extend a little bit of thanks here, or maybe a lot of bit of thanks, to the Wine Cafe for allowing us to sit in their bar and live stream us having some cocktails.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Also, we're going to be doing this all day. We're going to be here till 4. Starting at 4:30, there's going to be a meet and greet with Leah outside. You can come and hang out, and we'll be here, and we'll say hi, and there's going to be some vibes on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect day for it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Zach running the stream back there.
Heck yeah. All right.
All
Let's
right.
get sipping.
All right. Drinking sounds in the
Don't
microphone
need to
are
do the
nice.
ASMR.
That's nice.
Yep.
I dare say that's quite delicious.
This is
All right.
Christmassy. Is it supposed to be Christmassy?
This
It's
is
got all the winter spices in it.
You said
I taste the cherry, maybe a little bit of the nutmeg.
When I first made this one, it was called
enjoy
Winter.
it.
I had made one for each season, and I was very much only going to make this one during the winter.
Mm.
But then my sales started to expand, and people had it kind of as a standby in their bar, usually for old fashions.
Mm.
And so I said, well, if you're going to keep buying it, I guess I'll keep making it.
this is better than every old fashioned I've had at a wedding venue ever. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
Oh, this is the old-fashioned one?
Mm-hmm. You can mix this with vodka in an up glass for like a cozy Cosmo feel, because it's got the orange in it instead of cranberry, it has cherry in it.
No, how you get all them flavors in one bottle?
I use a lot of flavor. So I use copious amounts of fresh fruit and fresh herbs and spices. So I just started making it with a lot, like a high amount of volume of the fruit and herbs and spices. And it tasted good that way, so I kept doing it. So now that my volume is increasing, it's a little out of control, but it's worth it. That's how you get the great flavor.
Are you pressing these things? You juicing them? You putting them in a something else?
Yeah, I process them in a number of ways. So I'll zest every piece of fruit, and then I peel it, and then I mince it, and then that goes in the pot. Or I am mincing the fresh ginger root.
Does it get cooked?
It does.
Then
It's a heated process.
Interesting.
And that's all I can tell you.
Oh yeah, I forgot these are secret too, because that was one of the things. You're like in the process of really expanding this, aren't you? You're moving to get a whole bunch more. Oh, you tell the story.
Well, I started small. I'm from New Ulm, and so I started just selling. I made one, and then like the next day, I brought it to a restaurant in New Ulm, and I was like, "Would you want to sell this?" Without any concept of a manufacturing license or anything like that. I knew nothing about that. But yeah, it took a little bit of time to get my feet under me and figure out all the hoops I had to jump through. But it started just I wanted it pretty exclusive, and so that I could handle it on my own, because I'm the only one in the business until Friday, when my husband joins me full time, which will be exciting. But just handling it myself, I just had, I wanted kind of some exclusivity at the places who had it. So I just do like a couple restaurants, one liquor store, a boutique in every town.
Yeah.
And started that way, and then just started to kind of edge my way out.
How did you end up here at the wine cafe? Because I was just wrong. Like when I saw it, I thought someone else was making it, and then I was really surprised because I just knew you growing up, so it was like a really like cool. Also, we need to finish these.
Well,
do we have to drink the whole thing? Okay.
Well, I mean, ideally, this is the internet.
It's like,
do we have other glasses,
like Hot
or we have
Ones
to
where
reuse
they
this?
just sip on where they just have like a little bite. All right, we're gonna.
Not
Look,
responsive.
the next one's NA, so
Yeah, which is a good point. They make, not only do they make, so from the beginning, the whole idea was that I love sitting down with people to have a happy hour. It's a standby time in my family, and I love it because it's the time of day when we're all done with our jobs. You sit down and you really just enjoy some time together. And so you savor a good drink, practice a little mindfulness together, whether you are into that or not, and just kind of slow down. And so when I do that, I like it to be something actually delicious that I'm sipping on. So, but at the end of the workday, sometimes you don't have the energy to do that. I'll say like, I've got whiskey Coke strength. Like, I'm going to put this in and this in.
I got time for 2 pours.
That's all of the energy I have.
Yeah.
And then I need to be done. But with this, it's 3. We saw with Chris, 3 ingredients, and then you're done. So I wanted something really sophisticated but super simple.
Yeah.
And I mean, to like queue up the next one, when we first got them here, they weren't priced correctly, and now they are, and we're selling them normally. But I was just selling them mostly to people who weren't drinking alcohol, because I mean, honestly, if you're at a bar, the options for NA suck. Like you get a beer that's like, it just like says NA all over it, and it's like, why aren't you drinking?
And
there are
it
people like
shouldn't be
you know?
that way, but
Yeah.
it is that way in a lot of places.
But these, not only, I mean, they taste like you're drinking a cocktail, even if you just mix it with soda water. So I've been drinking them that way because I've taken a hiatus. This is like my first drink in like a month and a half. So
It went down fast.
oh yeah, no. Maybe that's why I'm taking a break. I'm just kidding. Everything's fine.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
There's a vinegar base in these, and so
Really?
the vinegar kind of adds a weight to your palate that mimics the same sippability as a cocktail. So a lot of other mocktails taste kind of like a sugar bomb, but these taste really light and refreshing because of the vinegar that's
That
in them.
makes sense. I wouldn't have guessed, but
People
yeah.
don't realize how much they love vinegar.
Yeah.
I would
They
not
like-
have said I like vinegar at
Would
all.
you love
I
if
know.
we're like, we're going to make you a drink with a lot of vinegar
You
in
didn't
it?
start off that way. I would have been less excited.
Right.
But I don't taste it. I don't. It doesn't like leave me with a sense of vinegar.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've been out to it's the state with Chicago in it, Illinois.
There you go.
And they have like vinegar on the table for their fries, like all over the place in Springfield, and people go wild with that vinegar. You know, they'll just be.
It
putting
doesn't make
all
a
over their
soggy
fries.
fry.
These people. I mean, the food that they call the delicacy of Springfield is just bread with fries and meat on it, covered with cheese. It's called a horseshoe. You know, it's so.
Kind of sounds like a commercial.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's like that. But they call it a horseshoe, and it is good in kind of like shameful way.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of any place that just puts gravy all over the French fries. That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
down for
You
it.
lost me there.
I'm down for it. Canada.
I'll
what's
put,
up?
although I love mayo on, mayo is essential with French fries.
Okay. Uphill battle.
All right, we should move back over to Chris.
We digress. Here we
And
go.
We're gonna get that. This is the NA cocktail, so
Even easier.
The Botanical Greyhound is just using the grapefruit, mint, and rosemary concentrate into your glass and add some soda water. So it's really straightforward. We're of course playing off of the classic cocktail, the Greyhound, which is primarily grapefruit juice and liquor. This adds a nice undertone of, I guess, spices or herbs. One of those things. Yeah.
This one's real simple. Mm-hmm. And this is another soda water on top, or is that?
Yeah, just soda water.
Okay.
That way the flavor of the concentrate is allowed to come through. We're not adding Sprite or
Would it-
tonic water.
Would a tonic shift it too much?
A tonic has,
It says tonic on the bottle, so some people probably assume that, that there's tonic applied at some point. Is that just a misconception?
it's a growth step, let's call it. So when I
Okay.
called it a tonic, I wanted something that wasn't like craft concentrate, which is what I label it now because it's clear. But I thought a tonic, I like the idea of a tonic because a tonic is anything that makes you feel good. So like, have one of these, you'll feel good.
Yeah, gin
Yeah.
and tonics, that's my...
Right,
They
but
do.
I did not take into account that there's a pretty prominent tonic in the cocktail field already. And so as I've relabeled a number of times, the company is still Sweethaven Tonics because we still make things that make you feel good, but on the bottle it lists it clearly as a craft concentrate.
Okay.
cool.
I've been clarifying a
A lot with people that when I say tonics with the Sweethaven Tonics, we're thinking like 1910s, 1920s doctor, pharmacy.
Right.
Like that kind of tonic.
Yes, and I feel like the bottle reads very apothecary.
Yeah,
Very apothecaric.
Yeah. This cures everything.
Yeah, you're cured.
She didn't say it, I did. Like,
I can't say that.
yeah, take it from me. This will make you feel better. Oh, I haven't had this one. Wait, have I?
Ooh. Oh.
this is the one that we sold out of right away.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
couldn't
just haven't
see
had this
why.
one in a while. That's what it is.
That's nice. I even surprised myself. Like, wow, that is very good. And it's
Not
because
often you have it mixed on live stream, given to you on podcast, and just, I feel like that's an experience too.
right? Absolutely. Absolutely. My grandma used to say, even toast tastes better in someone else's
Oh, wait.
kitchen. So if you have just someone else making you the drink, it just tastes better.
This one's non-alcoholic too.
Yeah.
The first one was
sense-
very alcoholic, just in
Yeah,
case.
no, I can tell. But this one, I didn't notice when I was drinking it. It had that I guess the vinegar a little bit that kind of brought it down a little bit in a way that most, your Shirley Temples or whatever are kind of not brought down at all. So yeah, that was nice. I remembered it was NA rather than like noticing when I tasted it.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think it's a really nice option.
It tastes very good too.
I hate grenadine. Like, I think grenadine is just the worst ingredient of anything. I
Yeah,
don't
I
Probably
would
doesn't
love,
cure anything.
It doesn't.
know. No,
I
grenadine
would-
gives you.
I would
things.
love to replace grenadine, and I would love to replace Rose's lime.
Oh yeah.
So I have a ginger, lime, and peppercorn flavor. Ooh, Chris's eyes. He doesn't know about that one. We'll get you that one from the Wine Cat next door. Which, I should say, if you try them at the Wine Cafe and you like them, they sell them at the Wine Cat, where then you can take these home and make your own tasty cocktails.
Yeah, we got wine cat.
Wine Cat
Yeah.
Cups around here.
Show all the cameras.
plug. I got some coffee in here.
Mm-hmm. Palate cleanser. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what the experience was like, going from like I'm a teacher to now I'm going to be a business owner and entrepreneur. Like, what was the turnover moment where you're like, this is it?
That's a great question. I think it was more gradual than that. I started the business wanting to make enough money, like on Facebook Marketplace, to fund a vacation.
Oh.
Like, when we're done with this, let's have a few $1,000s and go do something fun. So, like, I'm enjoying this creative moment, and I've got a goal in mind. And I think the more people that tried them and were surprised by them as being something that they hadn't had before, the more I thought, like, oh, maybe there isn't anything else out there like this. And there really isn't. So that's, all different levels of, like, I have to say the first round, it did not go well. I made a whole bunch of them and brought them to my family. It's like, family, I'm starting a business. Try these. And they were like, and I love my family for that reason, that they're honest, but they're like, it feels like it needs something else here. And so it slowly evolved into what it is, which is a farm. I had done more of like a shrub, a drinking vinegar concentrate, which is very vinegar forward. You would have known there was vinegar in it, and simple syrups. And I thought, this is fun. People love to mix things. They can be their own bartender. Everyone loves to do that. Nobody loves to do that. Everybody wants a single pour. Like, if I'm going to buy these things, I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
So this allows you to go home, buy some nice spirits, and make a great cocktail and not mess it up.
I mean, arguably, the way the industry is going, like, I don't understand why I'm seeing, like, vodka tonics in a can at the liquor store. Like, that blows my mind to me. Like, this is better because you can at least decide what kind of alcohol you want to put in there, or if you even want to put alcohol in there.
I think the idea that it's a concentrate and you can decide how much of the flavor you want, how little, because some people really enjoy bourbon on the rocks, myself included, and I would just want a tiny little bit of flavor in it to add a little something to it, kind of like bitters, super small amount. Or if you prefer something really sweet, then you can add as much as you want to add that sweetness, or you can add tonic water to it, or you can add, I have people who are like, I add this to lemonade and it's great, or I add it to ginger ale and it's great, because they want a sweeter drink. So because it's a concentrate, it just like opens up all these possibilities.
Okay. I think we're gonna move this one along, and this is gonna be really fun because the next drink we're gonna have Chris make is one that Leah has never tried with her own concentrate. If we're ready, we're just gonna kick it over to Chris, and we're gonna all get to try something for the first time.
This is a lot of liquid to consume. I'm just gonna say that.
Have you tried the apple, thyme, and cardamom with?
Bourbon.
Okay.
is what I saw the easy pairing with, and then also vodka, because then it doesn't mask much of the flavor
Right.
of it. But other than that, I'm up
So-
for surprises. So this is the
The Montelobos Mezcal. So
I like this one.
mezcal's fun.
Yeah.
It's like if Scotch made tequila.
No, it's like tequila that was dipped in socks.
That's
Way to sell it, Jacob. That sounds so
that's
appetizing.
like telling me that there's a cup full of vinegar waiting.
You know what? You watch someone review a glass of scotch, they'll be like, road tar, old socks.
Everyone
and,
used to give me a
and-
hard time
and
because I
moss.
reviewed one as tasting like an old couch, and I was so committed to that being the way it was described.
But it was a good old couch.
Well,
you know,
no,
one you
that's
wanna
what I
munch
tried to
on.
tell people. I was like, it's old, but it's not like gross old. It's tasty a little bit.
It's the same thing with coffee. If you're a coffee roaster and you're trying to figure out the different flavors that are in it.
The way people describe tasting notes is always fascinating.
So can I just say that's part of what is fun about the tonics is that when you make a cocktail with grapefruit, mint, and rosemary, and you're like, I do really get that rosemary. Like you just become a really smart sipper too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I am smart.
I am smart. Ooh, I'm excited for this.
Smarter by the sip.
Ooh. That could,
Wow, that's good.
So since this
Look
is
for
the
that in a
second
future post.
Cocktail.
What's that?
Since this is the second cocktail, and also since mezcal can be a little heavy on flavor, I went with just 1.5 ounces instead of 2 ounces this
All
time.
right.
And then 1 ounce of the Sweethavens, and I'm gonna try it. I think that works.
all right.
Pass those out.
Ooh, I'm excited. I love trying new things. This is my fall seasonal flavor.
All right.
Cheers.
We gotta cheers this one for
Cheers
sure.
to new things. Like your first live podcast.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Let us know how you like it, live. People tuned in live. And
This-
Zach, who is running the live. It's going well. Good.
I mean, as a mezcal
Get
fan,
out of here.
Yeah.
I'm there for it because I like mezcal.
I'm loving that.
The smoky undertones, I think, play really nicely.
With like the
flavors.
sweet fruit,
Yep.
with the sweet apple.
So I bet it would go great with Scotch too.
Which one has the smoky undertones? Is it the mezcal or the tonic?
The mezcal.
Yeah, I taste that. It reminds me of like a campfire someplace.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
mezcal
Little couch.
is
Ooh,
really
I
just
love
like that.
this.
That like if Scotch and tequila had a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
That
This is
sounds
really
like a good
good.
time.
And if you really want to get fancy, we wanted to show how simple it was with like 1, 2, 3, pour and you're done. But like a simple little garnish of like a little fresh thyme or rosemary or like a little piece of zest in it is nice too.
Maybe a good raspberry.
Sure.
A raspberry?
You can
Throw whatever makes you
Probably
feel
in the
good.
first one. In the first one, a raspberry would have been nice.
or maybe the second one.
Yeah.
Maybe
sure.
even the
Probably not
third.
this one. Weak option for the third. Too smoky.
You know, what'd be nice in this one would be a little piece of like orange peel, charred, a little char
never-
applied.
Never
twist
gone
it
that
and-
far.
You know, this is why I know Chris is good. I've seen Chris do that where he'll burn a. I don't know. I probably made fun
We
of you
should-
for it, but it was good. Good
We
due
should plug his
diligence.
show.
Yeah. Oh man. Actually, you know what? Just put it on Chris, and Chris, tell the audience for like 45 seconds what your show is about and how you can help them learn to be a better bartender or home cocktail mixer.
Yeah.
So Unnamed Cocktail Show is something that I started during pandemic when there wasn't a whole lot to do. I'm on hiatus right now because summer has gotten busy. But basically, it's the cocktail show for people who want to learn how to drink better. It's just really easy, step-by-step explanation of your basics, your methods, your different classic cocktails, and how you can take the classic recipes, mess with them a little bit, make them your own, and come up with something that you'll really like to drink from it. I'm hoping to explore a bunch of different types of cocktails, jump into my own recipes soon, and also look at the history behind different liquors, different cocktails, everything like that, and just give some good background for people who want to know more about what they're drinking.
Sure.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That
and
was solid. That was a great elevator pitch. Wow.
totally on the spot too. We did not tell him that was
That was good. I need to work on that.
Yeah.
I need to get there.
Well, and also, like, just in case anyone thinks it's a little bit wonky that you can't see his head because Chris has a wonderful face after all.
He's got a
That's
great
just-
face.
This is the framing that he uses. It's part of the shtick. So go check out the channel. You will enjoy yourself. I promise.
I learned something for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember what it was, but I know where. Well, no, the important thing is that I know where I would go to find it if I needed that information again.
Could you maybe promise your viewers, like, stick around, episode 200, you're going to get to see my chin? Or, like, something like that. Like, I would
Somewhere
stick
along
around
the
for
line, I'll
that.
mess up the framing.
Right? Just, like, for a second. Like, you just want to know.
There's a chance. There's a chance. Not making any promises yet.
Maybe grow a beard and, like, it just starts filling up the frame.
That'd be excellent. All right. Well, I got one or two more questions before we got to open up this bar. Honestly, did you ever go on that vacation? Did you go on the Sweethaven vacation?
I got a little busy with this business that I started, and so I have not gone on the vacation. I mean, I've been on vacations, but not like the vacation. I started the business because I wanted more freedom and flexibility. I wanted to set my own hours and spend time with my kids and things like that, and be my own boss. But turns out that my new boss is kind of,
Horrible.
she's pretty tough. She
No, we
expects a
know.
lot out of me, which is fun. Like, I love being so motivated, and I love having things to learn all the time. And I definitely go into every meeting and experience without an ego, because I'm super excited to learn how to be better at owning a business, because that's not anything that I've learned before. So yeah, the great thing about working with local businesses, I really strive to work with privately owned small local businesses, is that they're all so supportive. Like, they want to be part of something local. And when I, like, shrug my shoulders, I'm like, sorry about that, which doesn't happen often. Things have been going really smoothly, but they're all really, like, they've been through the paces too, and they want to be supportive. So have not been on the vacation yet. And now I'm like, oh, instead of a vacation, maybe I'll buy a conveyor belt.
Hey, priorities change. It is what
Right,
it
right.
is.
Well, and congratulations for, I think, doing what a lot of people might have tried to do in one way or another, which is turn a pandemic project into, like, a real fruitful business and with a lot of opportunity. So that's super
Thank
exciting.
you. Thank you.
And
I
having
tried
kick-ass
them.
graphic design. That's
Thank
like
you.
The bottles all look really good, like right off the bat. I wouldn't have taken it for a first attempt at all.
Wow, that was made in Google Docs during my prep at school. Since then, there's a new label coming out that is really beautiful and top notch. So when you see, 6 different flavors on the shelf, there's a little color in it. It looks really nice. So slightly modifying, always growing. Yeah, you can see even from the different ones that are out there that there's some difference there. But yeah, I would say my strength in this whole project was just not being afraid to just do it. Like, don't wait till it's perfect. Put it out there and start it. Make one really subpar shrub and bring it to
Your
local
family.
businesses in your family, and have them tell you it's not great, because feedback is the only way that you improve. So yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to talk to the audience for like 1 second. One, if you're watching right now, get in your car and come to the wine cafe, because we're going to be here hanging out, and that'd be fun if you were here too.
Have
if you're
one of
watching
these mezcal
this,
things. Wow.
not today, another day, anytime in the future, I'm talking to the future right now, just run to the nearest store and buy Sweethaven Tonics. and experience them if you haven't. Or come to the wine cafe, and whoever's here will make you one. And then let's do plugs.
I don't need any. Do you want me to do plugs?
Yeah, go to sweethaventonics.com. That's where you can go to the Find Us page and find the 50 locations that we're at right now and growing. 50. Right? 50.
That's cool. Wow.
And then you can also, there's the option for buying online. It's, we're working out some shipping kinks right now, but we'll get it there. But yeah, go to sweethaventonics.com. There's tons of recipes there. You can see our flavors there. You can see where you can buy us, where you can try us. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Do we have, before we end it, do we have anything from the chat or anything we should address?
Drinks looking good.
Hey, there we
Let's
go.
address that. Thank you.
Thanks. Someone says the drinks are looking good and they taste good too. So
And-
come by and try it.
Yeah, come by.
Got
That'd
to
be
plug
fun.
Chris one last time, too.
This guy's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you,
to
Chris.
YouTube. Unnamed Cocktail Show.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all under Unnamed Cocktail Show. We're hoping to get back into it sometime soon as things start to wind down and I start to have a little more free time again. So
you
hopefully
gonna
new episodes
finally-
coming out.
You gonna finally name it? Or
Oh no,
It's
that is the
amazing.
name.
Name.
That is the name.
It's
I
just
Got
love
the
it.
logo and everything from it.
Yeah.
We're sticking with it. I claimed it on 5 different websites. I'm keeping it.
I wish I would have called mine Unnamed Cocktail Mix.
Untamed
Oh.
Cocktail Concentrate. UCCCC. All right. Okay. Come to the wine cafe right now.
All
See ya.
right.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye. 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 Bye.